What is happening to this water? Stay tuned to find out. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 6. We've got a lot to get on with on this episode. So without any further delay, we're going to get straight onto this. We're going to extend this section here because we're actually at the edge of the map here. We're going to utilize this water and also some water that's up here to give us some cooling for a coal plant, and we're going to move this hydrogen generator over. I'm also going to be looking at getting these electrical circuits onto their own network to try and see if I can reduce the draw on them so I don't keep getting warnings that I've got a problem with my power. So without further ado, let's go straight on and start building everything out. So start with, I want maybe that level 3 here, dig out that, dig all that out as well. Put in the stairs here. I've got to be careful of what I'm using as well because I did make a number of mistakes. So right, okay, so we've got 4 there, we'll put another 4 there, and then we'll put another 4 there. So I want to be able to have ladders through this again, so they can get in and around, and they don't have to travel too far to dig stuff out. So that's going to be to there, and then we'll work our way to dig this one out over here. So we also want to have a manual lock here, and we're going to put an insulated tile there. So we've got a section here. I also want to get a couple of storage compactors so I can start bringing the coal I've got elsewhere into this area in preparation for I've not set those to 9 in preparation for actually producing or utilizing the coal that I've already got. So I'm just going to put in consumable ore, coal, priority 9. It will take some time to actually fill that, but at least it will be there ready when I need to start building. So while they're having a little sleep, let's look at our coal generator. So that's going to be the first one. And we want a hydrogen generator, and do you know what? Let's stop that. Let's make them out of things that I know I'm going to be okay with. So gold amalgam, yeah. And then hydrogen, yes. And large batteries. I'm going to run out of gold amalgam quite quick, but thankfully there's plenty of it around me. So we're going to go for a couple of these to drop onto our equipment to keep things temperature down, and we'll put our pipes in, and we'll have our pump. Yeah, we'll put our pump this time over here so that battery power can go straight from it. So I want my liquid pipe go across, and I'm going to put a valve in here. So this is what I was saying before. I've tried this a couple of times, and each time this valve has worked fine. It has reduced, whereas the other ones don't, which is rather frustrating. So let's look at our power. Okay, so I think if I have that happening, now I've tried a few times. I've connected these 3 to a battery. Let me just see what we've got. If I go to power overview, where is it? I was on it. Right, okay. It's because I haven't got everything made. You can't see what's waiting. So I've connected these 3. What I've done in the past, I've had the pump connected to these 3 going to being split between 2 batteries. So essentially doing that. Okay, if I just cancel the wires and show you what I mean. That wire gone. Take that one out and re-put it in. So you've got a max. These are supposed to take up to 2 kilowatts. This is about 800 kilowatts. That's about 600, something like that. So it's a combined wattage of 1400, and then this pump uses about 240 kilowatts. So that drain on there should never be an issue. Let's just chuck that one in. Okay, so then I'm going to 2 separate batteries, and then I've created individual routes going out and across to the it's all those again. Where's the wire? That one. Cancel that one. Re-put it in. That's working its way across as well. So that can continue as it is. Because I can put pictures up to hide all that, so it won't stress them out. But I still get issues with this whole section being over demand on it, should I say, which is rather frustrating. So let's just increase this, on priority 8, because I want that, and then we can put coal in here. 8. Okay, so now I need to get my plumbing. I want insulated from here. No, not plumbing. I want gas. Insulated. Oops. Okay, so let's get that all sorted. And then once this is connected, then we can stop polluting this area with hydrogen. Thankfully it's out of the way for the time being, and more oxygen will come in and come down, so it's not really too much of an issue. If I set that to the right priority, I have, yes. Alright, hang on, what's going over there? Something's 9. Should be fine. Everything should be 9. And I need some ladders for them to access this area. So let's just take that up, go up, and then across. So what I'd like to do is also dig out this whole section so there's no residue of heat build up there. Because this water here I want to bring into here so it maintains this sort of level. The other thing is I want to start building. I want to start capturing this water, so I need to have a somewhere for this to actually capture water, so we can put that in as well in preparation, because we'll just create a massive tank here that will capture both the polluted water and the clean water, and I'll open this up and I'll put a pump with a filter on it so that the polluted water can come down in here, or I can pump it into one of these other areas, because there's quite a lot around here and it's got a decent temperature with it, whereas if you look at this hot water here, 82 and 50, and then we've got 50 for the polluted water. So mixing all this lot together, or polluted temperature water, will reduce that temperature down significantly, and then I'll use that clean water to start pumping the over here. So with that in mind, I might as well start my plan on that, in getting that worked out. So I'm going to have a big problem here. Need to get more wolframide not wolframide, gold amalgam. But I'm in the right place to do it, so that's the main thing. I'm going to use insulated pipes because that will stop any residue heat working their way through. I want to put a liquid valve on, so where's that hiding? Liquid valve filter. And we can put that, rotate it. So we can put that there, and we will, because we're going to have only a bit of water after this is all gone through, only a bit of that is going to be polluted. We will just put that straight into here, and then our clean water we will take off. And what am I doing? Cancel that. We will put that in insulated pipework so it doesn't add any further temperature all the way across. Have that going straight into here, so that will just start feeding here, and then we can disconnect this section. Oh, hang on. So we've got 10 kilos there, and still 10 kilos either side. Okay, so it's just purely okay, that's interesting. One of the previous issues on this was these electrolyzers. Mind you, it's saying no power. Maybe that's the issue. What's that on? This is threshold. I've taken off the power from there. Put that power back in. Get that. Yeah, that's 9. One of the issues was with these electrolyzers, why the gas or the liquid valve was very useful, was you put 10 kilos of water in, it should take about 5 to 10 seconds for it to use up that water to then, before it requested another 10 kilos of water. But what was actually happening when you reduce it was you'd put, say, 100 grams of water in, it would deal with that and would request another 100 grams, so you'd reduce all your water usage. Whereas now, when it's running like that, yeah, there you go. So it's not processing it the same, it's taking it as soon as it's used it, and you're talking only a few seconds, which is very, very frustrating. So where we're at over here, so that's there, so we need some ladders again for them to be able to work their way up. Don't want to get too close to this because I don't want to open that one just yet. We will also, just for mind, so the dupes aren't running through a load of dirty water, just put some mesh tiles in. I want this as big as I can make it, to be honest, so that, yeah, we got any algae, clay, slime, sedimentary rock. So I wonder about whether I should leave the sedimentary rock in place, a couple of them anyway, put a couple of wheezewort seeds on there, so that can help potentially start cooling down the water. But I think I'll have to wait and see what that actually does. So actually, if I, yeah, I think it's worth a try anyway. Dig that out, and if I purposely leave that sedimentary rock in place, it will remind me that that's what my idea was when I come to it. But I want this all completed. So what we're saying here, we got no power, so where are we at? Okay, so yes, 800, 600, I was right before, so that is working its way, then that'll be fine. What about our gas piping? So that's getting there slowly. Our liquid plumbing, again, yeah, that will be working fine. So we just a case of waiting for it. So let's just jump forward. Okay, so we've got this main power section here sorted out. We have had a few little minor mishaps. I've changed the way the power cording or power cabling goes, so that this battery is connected to the hydrogen generator, and that will then power the pumps and the electrolyzers, although I'm thinking it should be the other way around, because I want the coal to do that, so I'll probably swap that over in a moment. And then the coal plant that does the cooling, and then the doing it again. Wait 1 second. Look at this water. Nothing is going. Now that's very frustrating. Very frustrating. So what I need cooling isn't being cooled, and only one battery is getting cooled, which is extremely frustrating. I had it going in here before, but it would basically do exactly what it's doing there and just draw it back and put it through, which is pain. So I need to get this all sorted so I can get some cooling going on this side. So yeah, anyway, that's a little problem which we'll sort out in a second. I also moved this pipe from this section here because these two tiles of slime gave way and all this water came down, which was not good at all. So I will be now looking at adding my insulation tiles in so that we can actually I want to get that ladder up as well. This is my next priority, is to start digging out this area here. So that, so rest of that dug out. No, dig. See? Take all that lot out and prioritize this. All of that 9, thank you very much. Right, so are we okay with our power? Power's in place. Okay. Oh, also I put in a temporary gas pump. I know it's going to mess up the temperature in here, but I've got plenty of food. Although the base itself is really suffering on oxygen levels. Although it's slowly coming back. That was all red during that time. Let's deconstruct that battery because that'll start cooling things down substantially. Temperature overlay, yeah, that is horrendous. And these don't give off that much, and it's only a temporary solution, whereas that battery is really going to be causing problems. I had this door open as well just so that it would actually suck out the hydrogen that would actually work its way into these two areas, but you know what, I think it's time that can get closed and we can increase the priority on. Oh, here's 9. Okay. We can get that sorted later. Now, this is working quite well, I think, apart from the cooling on this side, which is, let's say, rather frustrating. So I'm actually wondering if because theoretically it should filter 1. I'm just thinking whether, because of this one here is there, so if I deconstruct that, whether that will actually improve the flow of that water, so it thinks that all demand is going to each of those liquid vents. See whether that makes a difference on that flow, because there we go. So it's basically thinking that this was providing some of the demand and therefore wasn't actually going to satisfy these. So that's actually quite interesting. So I'll need to have that as a temporary. Either have it temporary, as in, although if I put it up here, I'll put it into that bit there, because that will, no matter what, that water should go down there. It'll always have demand. It's just the way it splits it. Okay, that's interesting. Get that priority back again. Yeah, that's fine. There. Okay. So we've got this liquid valve in place. We've also put in the pipe work, water, in preparation to add into here. So as soon as we can release this water, this will all start working, and then we can actually hopefully start getting some of that clean water, because I'll open up this section here as well, so all the water will drop down, which will be good. I haven't released this section of water yet because I'd rather get this focus on, because I think that the requirement for replacing this water is getting quite important. It's just I also need to make sure that this lot is all working, so there's no juice in. See, that is still drawing quite a lot of hydrogen out of that atmosphere. It's quite surprising how much it actually put in while I had that vent just sat there. It's very surprising. I mean, it's not, we're talking, hang on, let's find a bit of hydrogen in here. Stop moving around. Polluted. Miss the filters, the gas filter level. Oh. I mean, okay, that's interesting. I mean, there it says, you know, it's a few grams of hydrogen. In here we've got a few grams, but there's nothing showing up anywhere here. But yet, if we go back to the pump, it's pumping loads of hydrogen. Okay, I'm not going to complain at this moment in time, because that will help that hydrogen generator to continue operating. So that's good. So we've got our little guys working their way up here. We'll open this up in a moment. So I'll tell you what, instead of you just sitting here watching, let's just jump forward. Okay, so we've got the majority of this area dug out. We've also got a single, we've got 2 Weezewort seeds sat here on this sedimentary rock, and once that one grows, I'll put another one in here to see what happens. We've also chucked a storage compactor in this side here, and I'm putting normal ice in there, because obviously the temperature of this should be coming out around 50 odd degrees, and this area should maintain that sort of temperature, especially when I bring this one in, which is a lot higher, around 70 odd degrees. So that should make a massive impact on the temperature in here. So I'm wondering whether that'll be enough to melt the ice, because so far I've put that next to coal generators, so that's up at 40 degrees. It's not melted. It's been in next to hydrogen generators, not melted. Next to batteries, not melted. I've had hot water running over them at about 40 odd degrees, not melted. So I'm thinking now that this might be the next best option to just reduce that, just so that we can actually get them concentrating on other things. So I'm hoping at this stage, by putting in this in this area where it's a lot warmer, I'm hoping that that will make a difference. But I just don't know. I think it's going to be a case of wait and see on this one. So just watch this space. So hoping this will just break on its own, so I don't have my guys running through. Mind you, it's only 50 odd degrees, so what the heck. Okay. When they come back, we'll just get this warm water into the area, start this filtration going on. I need to put that pipe back. I never fitted that pipe. Right, okay. we've got water just tipping over. And the problem is it's leaking clean water that's coming down here. I'll just get that made. Perfect, that'll stop any more coming in. Get this sorted out and they can start pumping it out, so go to the water. So the idea is that we only send clean water into this section here, and we'll pump all this polluted water through into here, which will probably flood that now, thinking about it. Need to get more dugouts. That'll make a difference. I might not be happy because it'll be out of the majority of the water, but it will mean that you see here, yeah, all this is going to work its way through in this area. So you know what, I think I might just dig a little bit more. I think there's more there than I realise. That one, okay. Put another pump in preparation so that so basically I won't have any problems. I'll just take that one out and just dig out this whole section, although leaving this one here because I think the weight of that water would force its way through. But I think that should be okay here. Now what are you doing there? You absolute numpty ran. You're going to get yourself caught. Move there. Now carry on. Seriously. I think if these things had brains, they would be dangerous. Put mesh tiles in across here. And we'll dig out that lot as well. Well, I can anyway. Cancel that one. There's no point putting a square in there for the sake of it, but I will dig it out just so that just so that it gives an extra bit of space for water to work its way. So let's see what's going on with this liquid. We're still pumping out just purely dirty water. Okie dokie. Take some time for that to actually just empty that actually. See whether that makes a difference. Minus 15 degrees. Let's have a look at the temperature overlay. Oh, that's great. Okay, so it's nice and cool this side, and we're 50 odd over here. I got that on the wrong priority. I have got that wrong on the wrong priority. That's just typical. No wonder I can't remove that pump. And that's interesting. It's overflowed into here. Okay. That's fine. We can deal with that afterwards. I'm going to deconstruct that tile and dig down, so all that water will just drop down. So it won't be an issue. Okay, so I wonder whether that pump is actually now... No, it's still not sufficient. There's a little bit of clean water there, but not sufficient to start working its way down. Let's just do that. Let's get rid of those. And we'll put in 9. I'm going to put in these because I really do want this section just opened up, so any water that's created just falls straight down, and then we will, yeah, we'll do that. Priorities, yeah, just typical. Set the priority. So that will make a big improvement. The area, so I'll also dig out. Yeah, so where are they? Right, okay, so that pump can be deconstructed. And we can also dig out here, which will lower down to the bottom. Probably dig up to here without having an issue then. Yeah. That's, yeah, algae. I don't really want... I'm going to go up to the clay because I think the algae will actually give way, basically. So that will... That temperature doing 30 odd degrees. Okay. Excellent. We'll see how that works. Okay, so we're now finally getting some dirty water working it. Clean water working its way through into this system. So it's not a great deal. I'm just wondering actually what the temperature is of it. Let me just pause it there. 18 degrees, and we are at 2.4. So this is going to be heating. Thankfully, I put in insulated pipe here, so hopefully that won't cause too much issues. But I'm looking at this, although this sediment, I think actually, do you know what? I think that I don't necessarily need that Weezewort there, because this ice is doing an absolute grand job of cooling the water down. So I'm wondering if I actually just remove these buildings and remove this so the water's got full access throughout. In actual fact, if I just dig that out actually, and that will actually... don't necessarily need to have it on a footing. And I'll put those Weezeworts back over here where I want them. They can start cooling that down, because I think that ice is actually doing a grand job. I'm going to set that one to ice and snow as well. So that's going to be so that sets to sweep only. Sweep only, yeah. This water that we've got in here that's never done anything with, hopefully that will have some beneficial effect on this section over here. That'll work well, I think. If I build my ladder here, pick that one up, this as well, dig out here, there. I think what that'll allow to happen is all that water to fall down this side, and here it will probably bounce onto this side for a short spell, but it will then, or should then, just drop down here without any issues. What's wrong with you? You're not breathing. Yeah, no, it's not warm. It's rather warm there. About our water, what's going on? Okay, so we are right. Okay, so I think it's time to turn off that pump. Stable building. So that's not going to be pumping any more water through, and that will work its way through. It's because we've got no power on this circuit. Why is that not? Why are you not doing that? Let's just set all this to 8. Take that down to 5. To 5. Maybe maybe I've got my guys running around collecting ice, which is slowing everything down substantially. don't know why they are climbing up this section here instead of using the ladder. Really silly. So let's just climb down. I'm going to deconstruct that building because I want my ladder to extend down. What's going on? That water will drop and then we'll no longer climb. As they do. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it there for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up. And to see more, hit that subscribe. Otherwise, that's Murphy out.